welcome back to my channel. Today I am showing you my primer, concealer, and foundation collection. Now I'm not really giving too much of a review about them, just showing you. I might talk about it more later, but if you want to hear some good reviews on foundation, you need to check out my friend Glam girl Chelsea. She gives the best foundation reviews ever. They're very detailed, very thorough, and I trust what she has to say about foundation. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with my primers, and the whole reason I'm doing these three things together is they all kind of go together when you're doing your face. Powder, maybe, maybe not, but these things, it's kind of a must. So that's why I'm starting out with these. So the first primer I have is this Illa Mask. Was it Illa I don't know. It's this one. I believe it was in a BoxyCharm at one point. This comes, you open it, looks like this. And you can look in here and you can see I've been using it quite a bit. It's almost a jello-like texture, but it absorbs nicely, works great for me. It doesn't work great for everybody, but it works great for me. And another thing I need to say, if you're gonna follow any influencer or creator with foundations and stuff, you really want to make sure that they really understand foundations and how they apply and how they wear on different skin with different products, or find someone who has almost exact same skin type as you so that you can have a similar experience. But you have to understand that their skin still may be different and the experience still may be different. So this is kind of like an area I don't like to touch for those reasons. It's much more, I don't know, with like eyeshadow usually works for most people, but with a foundation and a primer and a concealer, those things don't always work well for everybody the same way. So yeah, I just don't like to go over there for that reason. Anyways, the next product I have is this Touch and Soul Glassy Primer. Now when I first got this, I was like, what in the world is this? And I was using it wrongly as a moisturizer. But then I read and then realized that it's a primer, and it looks like this. See why I thought it was a moisturizer? It looks super creamy. But when I go for dewy glass looks, this works perfect. So you gotta make sure, like, if you don't like a dewy look, you don't want your skin to look like glass, you're not gonna like it. For some people that translates as oily, which is another reason why some people don't like it. But I actually really enjoyed it and found it worked really great with some of my other foundations. Then I have this one. This is Mana Runway Ready. I found that I really enjoy the gel primers like this. My skin tends to be very dry, and it really seems to help with that. Now I also have this Photo Pigment Illuminating Primer by Juice Beauty. I honestly don't use this one a lot. I really like it because it gives your skin this nice little, definitely a dewy, shiny look, but not oily. But I just don't use it a lot. But it is nice because I keep it, I do go through my makeup collection quite regularly, so if I still have it, it's got to be somewhat good. So the next primer I have is Cover FX Blurring Primer. I really don't use this one a lot. I don't really feel like it does much for me, but I use this for the looks that I record, and then I'm going to wash off because I don't feel like I'm wasting product, because this doesn't do a lot for me. The next one I have is No Problem by Prime Essence, and this is another Touch and Soul one. This one absorbs right into my skin and works really beautifully on me. Again, it's not going to be the same experience for everyone, so if you have really dry skin and you're in your late 30s, almost 40, you might be able to relate to how it's doing for me. And I'm also very sensitive to products, so. And the next one we have is No More Yeah, that's what it says. Pores No More, a luminizing primer from Dr. Brandt. And I like this one a lot. You can tell, look how much I've used. And then I also have Milk Makeup Blur Stick. I love this one as well. Really, I like this one more in the warmer months for whatever reason. Warmer months, medium temperature weather, I like that. And the last primer I have is ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. And I like that a lot, like how empty that is. Now, I did have ColourPop's other primer, and I ended up giving it away because I just didn't feel like it was good for my skin. Like I said, I do have aging, dry skin that is sensitive. So the other one didn't make my skin feel great, and I felt like it was a little on the drier side, and I didn't like it, and it didn't look good when I laid foundations on and primers, or not primers, foundations and concealers over my eyes and our skin. It just didn't look good. So this one I do love, and I use a bunch. Alright, so moving on to my concealers. Now, I did pick up this concealer palette from Ruby May. I've tried it a few times. I don't really need all that correcting on my face and skin that much, but I do have it to play with it if I want to. Now, I used to have all three ColourPop No Filter concealers, and I threw the other two out because it was starting to separate, and it looks like this one is too, so this one is going in the trash. Then I have and it's not just because they're separating, I should tell you this too. I was still having a problem with this laying on my skin correctly. It doesn't blend well on my skin. It doesn't work for me. A lot of people really, really love the no filter concealers from ColourPop, but for me personally, it just doesn't wear well on my skin. No idea why, it just doesn't. Alright, so then I have the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. I have two of them. I do use both of them. I have this on today, and I love it. Alright, so the next concealer I have is Morphe. This is... yeah, I can't read that. Anyways, that is what it is, and I do like that. This was an add-on in one of my boxes. I think it was Ipsy. It was super cheap, and I figured that would be a good time to try it, because everyone always talks about how they love Morphe. I like it. I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's fine. And then I have this concealer from Beauty Bakery. This is the Insta Bake 3-in-1 concealer. And I got this because I got one of their foundations, I've got their face powder, and I wanted to try the whole system together, and I love the whole system together. It looks beautiful, so that's why I got it. I wanted to try it all together. And then I have these two concealers from Juvia's Place. I have shade 21 and 23. They are both a little off for my skin color, but blended together they work beautifully, and I do like this. And that is it of my concealers. I have a couple samples of, let's see, I think they're both, yeah, tinted moisturizers that I've used. They're almost gone, and I like them both. This one's a little bit heavier and a little thicker, so if you want a tinted moisturizer that's going to give you more of a foundation finish, that would be this guy right here. And this one is very lightweight, but they're both beautiful, so try them both. Alright, so moving on to my foundation. I have the ColourPop No Filter Foundation in 3 colors. I don't use these a lot, but I do use them when I do, you know, some of my more festive and creative over-the-top looks, because I don't feel bad about wasting them, because when I'm done with those looks, I take those looks off. Alright, my next foundation is the Beauty Bakery Insta Bake. This is Aqua Glass Foundation. This I really enjoy because I felt it was very hydrating. It looked really good on my skin. It wore beautifully with the, what is it, the concealer here. And then I liked to use this one with this primer because it does give me a beautiful glass dewy look, and I like it. It's pretty. The next foundation I have is Benefit Cosmetics Hello Happy in Soft Blur number 2. This is a little bit off, but when I apply it and rub it in, it blends out beautifully. It definitely gives me the no makeup kind of look. Yeah. And it also has SPF 15 which is an extra bonus when you want to wear something in the summer months and you're outside more and you want to protect your skin, so you don't have to think about making sure you put a sunscreen on before your foundation. And I know a lot of you people probably aren't doing it anyways, but you really should start taking care of your skin better. Anyways, next foundation is Juvia's Place, and I got these in 2 different shades, and they are both slightly off but mixed together. They work beautifully. These foundations I like. They definitely give me a full coverage look. The thing I can say is this is not an all-day wear foundation. This is probably a good 6-8 hours, maybe 10, but I wouldn't wear this all day. No way would I wear this all day. It starts looking a little gross after a full day of wear. So the next foundation I have is Wonder Beauty Nude Illusion. This kind of looks and feels a little bit oily, so if you have oily skin, you're probably not going to like this one. But because my skin is dry, I absolutely love this foundation during the winter months, and it looks really beautiful on my skin. It looks really smooth. But this is what it looks like. I gotta show you this because this is unusual. It's got a wand to apply the foundation. But it works, and it's beautiful. So the very last foundation that I have is Becca, and I got, again, 2 shades. They are slightly different. You can't tell they're different on camera, but they are. One is, yeah, let's see what it is. I have Shell and Cashmere. Those are the 2 shades I have. And neither of them really match, again. So I mix them together and I can get something pretty close to my skin color, and it looks, this is definitely my favorite foundation. It just wears beautiful and it makes my skin look really pretty. I don't even know what foundation I have on today. I know what foundation I have on today. This is the one I have on today. And I have this one on because it's nearing its end of life and I want to try to use it up before it goes bad. That's why. And I probably will repurchase it because I do like it quite a bit. But overall, out of the foundations I have, Becca is definitely my favorite foundation. So that is it of my primers and concealers and foundations. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have any of these products and how you felt about them. Was it the same? Was it different? Did it work for your skin? I kind of want to know. Anyways, if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.